lakini tunataka fulani kama nakitayarisha hivi.
Sawa.
Unafanya vizuri. Ukawakubalia. Hiyo kenye unafanya sijui kama kitu moja. Kwa nataka uweke mawe. Kwa mfano kama iko sawa. Hivi tunaenda hapo kwa video. Ndio.
Hello guys, so in one of the previous videos that I posted on this channel, I said that I started constructing on my piece of land. Now this is how everything started. So I did not have this plan, but then this is one of the plans or the goals I wanted to achieve this year. That is to start building my home. So I was just traveling home. I usually travel often. I travel home. I go to home in Nairobi. Like I spend in Nairobi, for example, a month. I go home. I spend there, for example, 2 weeks. I come back to Nairobi. Yeah, so that is how I always live. Now, this particular travel, I was, and it was on Saturday, and then when I go to Kisii, there is a guy who pleaded with me to drop him in Kisumu because he was going to Siaya and it was getting late. So I asked him to just get in so that he can go. So when we were going, he told me that he's an engineer. So he's a civil engineer, if I'm not wrong. The engineers who deal with construction stuff. So I think they are civil engineers. And then so when he told me that he's a civil engineer, I remembered the project that I was planning to do. And then so I discussed with him. I talked to him about the things I was planning to do and how I need the engineer to do write some quotations for me. Yeah, so then he told me that he's going to give me a quotation. And then I was going home. I wanted to first set up electricity. And then I remembered that there is no structure on that plot of land. And I needed a structure where I would like put the meter there. I will actually the structure that will hold the meter. So I remember that, and then I remember that that guy was an engineer. So I called him again to discuss if he could just come and do just a small structure for the security of the meter. Okay, because the electricity guys were to come on Monday. So he was to start setting up that structure on Monday, and then probably Tuesday electricity will already be there and the structure should be there to hold the meter. So yeah, so he came on Sunday evening after church. He came, and then we went to various places looking for the material that we need. He gave me a specific quotation for what I had asked him, but then we ended up spending like more than double the amount that he quoted. But I understand that is a challenge that most civil engineers have. They have a very big problem when it comes to giving quotations and also estimating the amount of time the job is going to get to be completed. So on Sunday evening, we spent collecting the material that we needed to start the work on Monday. And then so when I was coming home, I also bought the bags of cement that he had asked me. He had said that's going to be I think 5 or 6, but then I ended up buying 10. And then we also bought sand and everything, right? Then so the electricity guy also came on that day. And then we did they were constructing this structure, and the electricity guys were working around this place. On the left side there is a pole that is there. The electricity guy were working there, and then so they constructed this structure for around 3 days. And then, as you've seen in the previous video, when I was leaving home back to Nairobi, I had already set up electricity in that structure. So this is just a time-lapse video because I like recording everything, or just keeping a record of everything that I do, so that some years later when you look back, for example, after some years I can look back and see the progress I've made. Well, so I think that is all I have to say. I don't think I'm going to talk about the amount of money that I spent doing this plus electricity, but the total amount is around 150,000. That is the total amount, but probably I'll break down. Is it 150 or I think 120,000? But I'll do precise calculation, and then I'll talk about it for those people who are interested in knowing like how much this kind of structure will cost. But it's around 120,000 to 130,000. That is the amount that I spent when I was at home. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So it is just a time-lapse video of the events as they unfolded. Thank you so much. So if you are interested in the next phase of this project, kindly subscribe to this channel, and I think it's going to be constructing a perimeter all around the property, because I'm someone who's really concerned with the security and privacy. I don't feel comfortable when everybody can pass by and see what I'm doing. I don't like that. Just like doing my things in privacy, okay? And then once we've set up the wall, then now we can start doing other things, okay? But I'm still weighing the options of the fence, of the kind of the fence that I would like to have, but it must be something that is privacy oriented. That is, when I'm inside, it's secure, and it's not very easy, or somebody cannot see inside. Thank you so much. Hiyo jamaa anasema nipeane pesa ndio anipatie wheelbarrow. Kila siku nikuja hapa nampatia pesa. Nimekuja na chai yangu. Hizi vitu zinaitwa aje? Sema tisirinya. Sema tisirinya. Sema tisirinya. Tisirinya. Naitwa tisirinya. Kwa Kiluya, si ndio?